something that you can, it's a set of relationships that you can map. So it's a network you can map it, whether it's people, groups, enterprises, businesses, but it's always going to be a set of entities linked by relationships. At a very basic level here, when we talk about networks, in the language we talk about, generally we talk about a node. Okay, and sometimes it's a person, it might be a company, it might be an organization, it could be a community, it could be a place, and ties are things that link them. Okay, that's just the total basics of the terminology. And we think about, all networks have common properties, and we can analyze them. And so why is it important? Well, the world is overwhelming. It's overwhelmingly complex. We're dealing, as you said, with multiple groups of people all of the time, and it's harder and harder either to make a difference in the world, to work on any project all by yourself, that we're really starting to understand that not only do we work in networks all the time, but we have to work in networks. And that makes it important for us to understand, to come to some understanding of how we work in them. The other aspect of why it's important to think about networks and be in networks is that there's a very strong correlation. If you've been reading articles kind of pop up every once in a while, that stronger networks are correlated with health. That's health in your organizations. It's at work that people who have better networks, personal networks, tend to be more productive and be better performers. Companies who know how to manage alliances flexibly are more agile. And our personal health and well-being is tied to networks. This is just an example of people who started looking at how do we understand networks in organizations. But managers who went through a training program, this was at a leadership program at the University of Chicago, that the managers who actually went through the program were over time had far better performance ratings and were promoted to higher ranks and were much less likely to leave the company, right? So businesses are starting to pay attention to the importance of networks and looking at this, both the structure of networks and how networks operate in their companies.